Hi everyone, this is Shivam. Welcome back to the third video of the series Kubernetes Without Fear. In the first video, we understood what kubectl really does. In the second one, we talked about the mistakes that can delete production. And today, we are dealing with something that actually happens in real life. Imagine your app is down. It was working yesterday and now it stopped responding. And someone says, check Kubernetes. That moment right there is where most beginners panic. When something breaks, the worst thing you can do is start guessing whether to restart pods, reapply YAML, or delete random things. That's not debugging, that's stress. Instead, you slow down. Let me show you in this video how professionals debug the issue. So this is my app and you can see it is not loading. So let's go to my Kubernetes cluster and we'll see how we can debug this. So here I am on my Kubernetes cluster and first let's check the status of the pod. Okay, good. Something is clearly wrong. First thing I check, what does Kubernetes think is happening? Let's now try to check the logs for this pod. The log says error from container demo container in pod demo pod is waiting to start, trying and failing to pull image. So it means that the container which is running inside this demo pod is failing. Let's do a describe on this pod. Okay, I always scroll to the bottom first and look for the events. Events are like Kubernetes telling you what it tried to do. So we can see that successfully assigned default pod to my worker node. Then it tried pulling this image and it says fail to pull image nginx. So it means that the error is coming because it can't pull the image. So this isn't a networking problem. It's not an ingress problem, neither a service problem. It's just a bad image name. Let's go and fix it. So I can see I have pod.yaml. So let's go and fix it. And we can see there is one extra G in the image name. So let's go and fix it. Okay, I saved my file. Let's reapply this pod. What this replace command is doing, it is trying to replace whatever pod was created using this pod.yaml file, and it is overriding using this minus minus force option. So instead of deleting the pod first and then applying the file, I did delete and apply with this one command. So let's go and check our pod. It clearly says that our pod has been replaced. Okay, the pod is now up and running. Now let's go and check our app in browser. Our app is still unreachable, it seems. Now here is something more interesting. Pods are running, but the app still doesn't work. This is where beginners get confused. Now let's go ahead and check our service. It says we have one service called my service, which is of type cluster IP. Let's get more detail out of this service using -o white flag. So it says my service type is cluster IP and it is running on port 80 and it is connected to our pod, which is app equal to demo pod, and this is the name of our pod. Everything looks okay to me. Let's do a kubectl get endpoints and we'll have a clear idea about it. Okay, you see here this my service doesn't have any endpoints, even though it says the selector is demo pod, which is this one. So even though the pod is connected, it doesn't have any endpoints. So this line here seems suspicious to me. Let's go and check the YAML file for this service. So I have svc.yaml. Everything looks okay to me. Let's go ahead and check our pod.yaml file to see whether the label which is mentioned in service.yaml file is correct or not. You see here, the label doesn't match. Inside pod.yaml file, the label is app equal to my demo pod and not demo pod. However, in svc.yaml file, the selector was app equal to demo pod. So we have to make sure that the labels in pod and service matches. So let me copy this and we'll update our service.yaml file. Let me update this selector here. And we will reapply or replace the file. So it says service has been replaced. Let's check our service. Right now the selector looks fine to me. Let's check the endpoints. Okay, now our service has an endpoint and I am pretty confident that this IP address should belong to our pod. Let's go and verify that. And you can see this IP address matches exactly with this IP address. Now our service and pod are connected. Let's go and check our app in the browser. That's strange. Our app is still not accessible. So our pod is fine, service is fine. So where else can it break? Let's go and check Ingress. So I have an Ingress file here. Let's go and check this. Let's do a describe on Ingress first. Ingress routes traffic to the service name. So we can see the backend is getting redirected to this service and on this port. And if you see here, it clearly says that error service my demo service not found. It seems like we have found the issue. Let's check what is our service name. Okay, it says our service name is my service, which is running on port 80. However, on our Ingress, the service name is my demo service and it is running on port 8080. Okay, so that's the reason why our app seems to be unreachable from the browser. Let's go and fix this. So I'm having one Ingress file here. Let's go and check this one. So we can clearly see here that the service name is my demo service and port number is 8080. So we need to correct this. So our service name was my service and port number was 8080. So let's go ahead and save this and we will reapply the Ingress. It says our Ingress has been replaced. Let's do a describe on Ingress first. Now we don't see that error where it said our service was not found. So hopefully our issue has been fixed and let's go ahead and test our app in the browser. So I'll do a refresh here and now we can see that our app is accessible via browser. Notice something important? I didn't randomly restart things. I didn't guess. I moved step by step. First, is the container healthy? Then, is the service connected? Then, is the traffic routing correctly? Most production issues fall into one of these. Debugging Kubernetes isn't about memorizing commands. It's about knowing where to look. Now here is something interesting. All of this pods, services, or ingress we just debugged comes from YAML. And YAML is something most beginners absolutely hate. In the next video, I'm going to explain why Kubernetes uses YAML in the first place and why it actually makes sense once you understand the design. I hope you were able to learn something out of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep learning.